What if the oldest pyramid on Earth isn't in Egypt, and wasn't even built by humans? A new study out of Indonesia is shaking up everything we thought we knew about ancient history. Archaeologists are saying the world's oldest pyramid was not built by humans. So Egypt's Djoser step period, built around 2630 BCE, is considered the oldest pyramid in the world. Well, at least it was. A new study is claiming there's a much older one in Indonesia, and it might not have been built by humans at all. Researchers studying Gunung Padang, a hill in West Java, long believed to be a megalithic site, now say that its oldest layers date back to 25,000 BCE. That's way before agriculture, cities, or even what we'd call civilization. The team, led by Danny Hillman Natawajija, says the core of this pyramid is made of andesite lava that was carved and then shaped into a structure over time. But they say the base of Gunung Padang started off as a natural lava hill that was later sculpted and built on. So the implication here is that someone or something was building stone structures in the middle of the last ice age. If true, this is an incredible find. It means humans, or again, something else, was building stuff like this long before we thought things like this were being built. Most historians agree that complex building didn't happen until after farming began, around 11,000 years ago, but this would push that back by 14,000 years. Some think that's impossible. Critics like UK archaeologist Flint Dibble say that there's just no clear evidence of human activity that far back at Gunung Padang, but others argue that while the soil may be old, that doesn't mean the structure is. The journal that published the study is even investigating it now, given all the backlash, but still, the original researchers are standing by their claims and inviting others to come dig for themselves. So you heard them, get off your butt and get over there and start digging. The Melnik Earth Pyramids are a group of naturally formed rock spires near Bulgaria's smallest town, Melnik. They raise as high as 100 feet in some areas and stretch across several square miles. At face value, they're just a product of erosion, wind, and rain, and time that's sculpting sandstone into these odd shapes, but people who visit often walk away with more questions than answers. Some of the formations look strangely geometric, almost too symmetrical to be totally accidental. That's led to claims that the area might have been used or even shaped by ancient civilizations who understood something about Earth energy or resonance that we've forgotten. The pyramids also sit in an area packed with history. There are Thracian ruins, medieval monasteries, old wine cellars, so it's not like this is just some empty stretch of land that nobody ever went to. It's been lived on, prayed over, and fought for back in the day. A few researchers have said there could be something deeper beneath the pyramids, literally, like hollow chambers and stuff like that, but nothing's ever been officially confirmed. Devil's Town is a strange patch of land in southern Serbia. There are over 200 skinny rock towers sticking up out of the ground, and a lot of them have bigger rocks balanced on top like stone hats. Geologists say it's erosion, wind and rain slowly wearing away the softer earth while the harder rocks on top protect whatever's underneath. But even by erosion standards, it's weird. The place just feels unnatural, and some legends take it a step further. One of the main stories is that the devil cursed a wedding between a brother and sister and turned the entire wedding party into stone. Some say that's what these towers are though, petrified guests. And then there's the water. Two springs near the towers are so full of minerals that one's basically acid and the other tastes like salt. So not exactly drinkable, but people will still show up swearing the water has healing powers. Don't drink the acidic water though, the salt maybe a little bit. Others say that they felt sick, dizzy, or just off when visiting, which is why there are also rumors that the place emits some sort of energy or frequency that affects people, possibly coming from ancient technology buried beneath the site, or ley lines, which are these theoretical power lines connecting ancient landmarks, believed by some to channel Earth's mystical power. And yes, that's a whole other conspiratorial rabbit hole in itself. Probably do a whole video on that. Just off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan, there's a massive stone formation sitting under the ocean that's been stirring up debate since the 80s. Some people say it's just a natural rock formation shaped by underwater currents and tectonic shifts, but others are just convinced that this is the ruins of a lost civilization, basically Japan's version of Atlantis. The structure is huge, looks like a set of giant stone steps or terraces with flat surfaces and straight edges, almost right-angle corners. Divers have also reported what look like roads, walls, and what some think is a pyramid structure. There's a section that looks like a massive stone staircase and another that looks like a plaza almost. It's all carved directly into the bedrock. Mainstream geologists have always argued that it's the result of natural fracturing of sandstone layers, which tends to break off in these straight lines, but some still think the edges are too precise and that it all seems deliberate. One well-known theory is that these underwater formations could be part of the mythical lost continent of Mu, said to have sunk beneath the Pacific thousands of years ago. In the town of Visoko, Bosnia, there is a hill called Varoš that looks like a little too perfectly pyramidish. Well, in 2005, a Bosnian-American businessman named Samir Osmanagic came out claiming that he didn't think that this was a hill at all, but actually the oldest and largest pyramid on Earth, and thus years of heated debate began and wild theories were spread. So this guy named it the Pyramid of the Sun, and said it was one of several ancient pyramids in the area, including others that he called the Pyramid of the Moon, the Pyramid of Love, and the Temple of Earth. He claims the site was built over 30,000 years ago by an advanced forgotten civilization. According to him, the pyramids are aligned with star formations or something like that, and that they even emit energy beams from the top. He's even called them energy machines. So yeah, a lot of folks don't take this very seriously, but he and his team continue to excavate, and they have found tunnels nearby that they say are part of a complex underground network connected to the pyramids. A lot of mainstream archaeologists are still very skeptical though, saying those supposed tunnels are either modern or natural formations. At the end of the day, this place is either one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever made, or one of the boldest examples of pseudoscience in recent memory. Mount Rtanj stands out. Literally, it's a sharp triangular mountain in eastern Serbia with a shape so symmetrical, people have been calling it a pyramid for generations. And in more modern times, there have been conspiracies about ancient civilizations, alien technology, and hidden chambers under the peak. Some believe Rtanj is actually a massive man-made pyramid built by a long-lost civilization. Not just that, it's said to be a kind of energy hub. Some even say it's protected from natural disasters because of this energy. When the 2012 end of the world craze hit, Mount Rtanj was one of the top spots that people fled to, thinking it would shield them from the apocalypse. No, not making that up. There are news articles still online about it from back in the day. Mount Kailash is one of the most sacred peaks on Earth, worshipped by Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and followers of Pan. It's also become a magnet for conspiracy theories. Its almost perfect four-sided pyramid shape has led some to believe it's not just a mountain, but a massive ancient structure, possibly the oldest pyramid on the planet. Some theories even claim that Mount Kailash is an ancient power plant or a gateway to another dimension. According to legends, no one has ever successfully climbed the summit, and not for lack of trying. Climbers have either turned back or mysteriously failed. Locals say the mountain doesn't want to be climbed, and some stories claim those who get too close suffer strange physical or mental effects. Chinese authorities have officially banned climbs to preserve its sacredness, which in turn has only intensified some people's belief that there's something up there or under there that they don't want people to find. Mount Pico is the highest mountain in Portugal, sitting on the Azores island of the same name. On the surface, it just looks like a massive dormant volcano, but what's gotten attention over the past few years is what sits just offshore, a mysterious underwater structure some claim is an ancient pyramid. See, in 2013, a private sailor reportedly picked up sonar readings of what appeared to be this perfectly symmetrical pyramid structure under the Atlantic Ocean, not far from Pico Island. It's said to be about 60 meters, nearly 200 feet tall, and spans nearly 8,000 square meters at its base. The shape looked too rectangular, too geometric to be natural, and that's when the theory started flying. One of the more popular ideas is that this pyramid is a remnant of Atlantis. The Azores have been associated with the legend for a long time, seeing as they're right in the middle of the Atlantic. Some believe the area was once above sea level, part of a larger lost civilization that sank into the water. Skeptics say the sonar readings were just misinterpreted though. The Portuguese Navy even weighed in, claiming there was nothing unusual in the area, but there's never been any detailed survey of the area either to confirm or disprove anything, at least nothing that's been publicly released. Silbury Hill sits in the English countryside. At about 130 feet tall, it's the largest man-made mound in Europe. Nobody really knows why it was built. What we do know is that it dates back to around 2400 BCE and that it took a ridiculous amount of effort to build. Thousands of tons of chalk and earth layered carefully over time. For what though? Well, when you look at its shape, smooth sides, a flat top, and a near perfect conical form, it does kind of resemble a pyramid. But why would there be a pyramid in Britain? Well, some people think there was this ancient tradition across the world of building pyramids. Some believe it wasn't just a tomb or a platform, but part of a worldwide network of pyramids that line up with natural energy paths running through the earth. For what purpose? Well, that's where aliens and all that usually come into the conversation. Now, even though they've dug into Silbury Hill a bunch of times, even tunneling right into the middle, no bodies, no treasure has ever been found. It's totally empty, but it feels like it was built for some important reason, something big, something that we've obviously forgotten over time. With all that said though, I've been your host James, and don't forget to click on the next video. I'll catch you next time.